What up, what up, what up? What is happening, good people? Welcome to this edition of Herb and Two, alongside the great Tucson. My name is Herb Howard. Every Thursday and Saturday, we are here hanging out with you wonderful people, talking about issues that currently impact the black community. We talk about how those issues impact us individually and also how they impact us as a collective. And along with your help, we talk through these issues in hopes of finding the optimum solutions for how we can overcome said issues. Again, overcome them as individuals, but perhaps more importantly, at least for the sake of this conversation, overcome them as a collective. Thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of this conversation. As always, your input is valued. It is certainly appreciated. Anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to do so. We will read through as many of your comments as possible. We would kindly request that you please take a quick second to share the broadcast, share it on your personal page, share it in your personal network, share it with anybody that you think would add value to or find value in this particular conversation. It is our sincere belief that the more like-minded individuals we can get to be a part of this show, the better the opportunity we actually have of reaching those aforementioned solutions. So please, 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 if you would be so kind, take a quick second to share the broadcast and make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button if you are enjoying what you are hearing as well. Again, this is Herb and Two. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb. His name is Two. Two. What's happening, good brother?
What's up, family? I'm glad you did the intro saying the great Tucson word. That's respectable. After last week you said I couldn't be Will Smith. I felt some kind of way about that. I want you to know I've been harboring that shit for like a week now.
I've been harboring that shit. Well, that's good, because I just got, right before this camera came on, I just got done telling y'all something I've been harboring for like 2 weeks.
You don't give a fuck.
I know y'all don't. I don't like y'all, man. I don't like y'all. You said that.
You said that shit. He did that shit.
Whatever.
Get him, baby.
Y'all always act like it's me. First it Warren Sapp, you know what I'm saying? Nash Trey.
It's always you. It's always you.
Come on, man.
Oh, shit.
Nah. What's going on, though? Everything smooth or what, man?
Man, life is life in my G, but I'm still standing.
I like this Philly shirt you got going today, man.
Yeah, I'm on my young Mexican shit. You know what I'm saying?
My young Mexican shit.
I'm going as Venezuelan for Halloween.
Oh. You'll fit right in Chicago.
It works. See? That's all you gotta do. See?
You would fit right in Chicago, boy.
Hey, man, them motherfuckers get the bag of me. I mean, see? That's all I say. Like I wanted them.
Last week, we standing outside on the street in Bronxville. 7 of them walked past, tried to snatch Ron ass up.
They was for the beat the shit
out of Ron. Give him back, he's with us.
They was definitely for the beat the shit out of Ron.
See? Yes, give him back, he's with us.
See?
Ron strayed a little too far down the block. They finna poke his ass up. They finna machete his ass. Nah, but
it seems like every time though, late night we see them motherfuckers out here.
Yeah, man, listen.
During the day when the light on, they don't be this far.
They stay at the police station.
They like roaches. I don't want to say it like that because that's disrespectful. But it's just me. It's
pretty good metaphor. It's my nature, dog. I can't help it.
But once the lights go off, they be all through the area.
They do.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
That is real. That is real. Something else you said last week was that your man's.
Why is every nigga who fuck up in life my man? I don't understand that.
Your man's DJ Envy. You said he was going to the joint.
That man's going to jail. Guess who's going to jail tonight? And he deserves it. That's one man I can say deserves to go to jail. Like, I ain't no advocate for niggas going to jail.
No.
But I don't like him.
All right, so if you're not hip to what we talking about, famed radio personality, DJ Envy, he is the co-host of The Breakfast Club, and he's also a renowned DJ as well, is caught up in a real estate
Ponzi
scheme that is has one person already indicted.
Chino XL, what's his name?
Caesar something or another. Yeah. Flipping NJ.
Lil Pun.
What's his name? Right, Big Pun's son. Lil Pun.
Pun Jr., Pun and a half.
Hey, what's that comedian name? Damn, the one that was on Breakfast Club, they called him Big Pun's son. Donnell Rollins. Gee, Donnell Rollins was hilarious, first of all. But when he did that, gee, I was crying. Dude.
Yeah, he funny as hell.
That's super funny. So, Buddy Caesar has already been arrested and charged, and
not on bail?
I think he ended up getting bond. I don't know if he posted it or not, because a lot of times when you get hit with a big case like that, especially when it's fraud, bond can be tough. Not only getting one, but then paying it, because they freeze all your assets until you can prove every penny ain't from the crime that they trying you for. So until he can prove that he got some money other than that source, he ain't gonna be able to access that bread. So that's something that he got to deal with. I don't know if he got out or not. I assume he probably has. Either way, I don't think DJ Envy is going to the joint.
Why you don't think that?
Well, today his lawyer put out a statement that was like, and his lawyer said DJ Envy will be fully cooperating and participating in the prosecution.
Snitch.
Oh,
he's still going to jail.
He's taking the stand.
Hey, he's a snitch.
He gonna be up there.
I wasn't expecting anything different though.
It was him.
Yeah, he definitely gonna Wesley Snipes the whole jury.
I don't think he.
Yes.
I know.
This thing bigger than Nino Brown.
I know. I said this last week when we talked about it, but I don't think he's gonna go to jail because
I don't think so either.
I don't feel like he.
I feel like got a lot of hope.
I don't hope.
You know how much money they get, first of all?
I don't hope, and I don't got a dog in this fight. And I'm not even saying he doesn't deserve to go.
Right.
I'm simply saying he's gonna take the stand. And they's like, okay, well, if dude was the main conspirator, then that's who they want. And so everybody else that they can get to strengthen their case on that, they're gonna cut deals.
I think this is a universing, right? Like I think and you know, I don't know Envy, of course.
Right.
Right. The only time I ever met him was the one time we seen him. But he's arrogant to a level that it bothers me. Mm-hmm. And he has this very ostentatious ass, elitist ass philosophy in life.
I got it.
Right, and he negates black life, he negates black value, and it's not just around this. It's even the way he talks about this shit. Like, I want to do this right and teach my people how to get money, as if he's above die. You know what I mean?
Right.
I went to the real HU. You've heard him on air. I don't know if you've heard him, but he's been on air arguing with Killer Mike before about the difference of education that his children are going to get from going to private school versus the difference in education, because Killer Mike was talking about his kids go to public school. You know what I mean? And even in the argument, you know, Killer Mike is a Morehouse guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he was talking about...
And smarter than Envy.
Right. Very, very intelligent cat. He was talking about, I went to this school. Right. Right? And in his argument, again, it was just very elitist. And his whole philosophy and the way he carries himself, the way he talks, even down to the shit he did to Tyrese last week or the week before. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if you watch the show, there's a story of Envy, because he got caught cheating on his wife some time ago.
I just peeped that with old girl, Erica Mena. She just did an interview with that gay dude. They got a podcast.
Jason Lee?
Is that his name?
I think so, yeah.
Jason Lee.
No, I don't think it's Jason Lee, because Jason Lee, the light-skinned dude with the curly. This dude, kind of bald head, a little older.
Oh, okay, I don't know this.
But either way, he be in his closet doing the shit.
In the interviews in the closet?
He do his own.
That's a hell of a market.
It is. No, it is.
In the closet.
Especially this openly gay nigga like
in
this.
In the closet with DJ Envy.
He in the closet, but it's stilettos behind him.
If you ain't the gay nigga, if you just interviewed on the show, you can't come on the show, though. Yeah. How could you be on the show say in the closet with?
Yeah, no, he don't. When he got guests, he don't do it in that. But he just when he by himself, because he do entertainment news, that kind of shit.
He legitimately does it in the closet.
Oh, he be in the closet.
We in a different world.
It's hilarious. But he's the most outest nigga ever though.
And Tyrese, basically, when Envy got caught up cheating, Tyrese was pretty much the person who brought them back together.
Yeah, he played marriage counselor for them.
Yeah, helped to bring them back.
Unprompted, unsolicited.
Right, because he was like, I didn't even know Tyrese like that.
It was like God sent me to save y'all marriage.
Tyrese, what you calling me, Sam? You don't know me like that, bro.
Hey, but apparently it worked.
You know what I mean?
Right? His wife was receptive to it, built a relationship with him, and then right around the time, y'all remember all of the videos of Tyrese bugging out and doing the long videos on Instagram and tweaking. Meds. Right, he was bugging, so he was on all these psych meds, and he was literally out his mind. You know what I'm saying?
What was it? What did he say?
Right, what more do you want from me? Right.
That's not funny. I respect you.
That was kind of funny.
It's
funny. But anyway, he's on these psych meds, so he wasn't in his right mind. Anyway, during that time of his life, he wasn't just making wild videos. He was bugging out with people in his personal life. So he called in producers and directors. Fuck you, you goofy as hell. I'm gonna fuck you up. Apparently, he did the same thing to Envy and
his wife
and Gia, and
but I think he said some other shit to Gia.
Yeah,
like y'all finna give you some of this pipe or something.
No.
Because Gia has made it publicly known that Envy didn't make her orgasm for years and years and years, and she used to be faking her orgasm.
We didn't talk about that one time.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and so everybody knows.
The original Will Smith.
That's nuts.
Is Envy Will Smith's the original Will Smith? I think he's Will Smith Jr. He's Will Smith for the half.
I think I give Gia a pass for that.
I don't.
Because I think she was going through the time of being hurt by his cheating in public and publicly embarrassed. She wanted to publicly embarrass him.
She put it in her book. That's what it was. Yeah, she put it in her book. But she talked about it on their podcast,
you do it for
too.
profit, that changes the emotional thing of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, Tyrese did all that, so he came on the show, and they had to air out their grievances.
Tyrese had a valid point, though. You know what I mean? Tyrese like, man, but in your time of need, I showed up for you. In my time of need, you laughed at jokes about me.
Right, you ridiculed me.
If you my homie, that's some sucker shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even when my homie get on my motherfucking nerves, I'm a rap for my homie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's that kind of nigga. He's a sucker ass nigga. So in this vein, and it ain't even in this vein. One, anybody who takes advantage of poor people, fuck y'all.
Right.
Specifically, purposely, knowingly, and if you have an elitist attitude, motherfucker.
Right.
Right. So when they took $90 million, bro.
That's crazy.
So to teach people how to, what were they doing? Teaching people
First of all, fuck all these niggas.
He's holding seminars around the country. Come to this seminar, we're gonna teach you how to flip houses, basically.
Okay.
That's some of it, but that's fuck all them niggas too.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this shit. And I'm sick of us being this fucking goofy and gullible. Right? All these new popularized investment niggas are Ponzi. All these niggas is Ponzi schemes. Any motherfucker calls himself Trap 400 and he gon' no nigga. No. That ain't what opens them doors in them worlds. And I don't even know all the names. There's a bunch of niggas' names. You know what I mean? All the niggas who do the 60-minute commercials on Wallow and Gilly. Get the fuck out of here, B.
Well, all black people want a lottery ticket. They all want a lottery ticket. They all think it's some get-rich-quick thing that's going to happen overnight.
I know we all fucked up, but we got so much to learn about understanding the business if we want to play that game. And that's why I always push. Like, we talk all this capitalism shit and don't know nothing about money. If we knew something about money, we'd pay attention to government because government is the engine that runs business.
Right.
It's that fucking simple.
Right.
JB Pritzker's worth $6 billion. His job makes $200-something.
There's a reason for that.
$6 billion. Don't go to work for $200.
Right.
Unless there's a reason.
Right.
Period.
Right.
But we don't understand that part of it.
Right.
Right. So what all these niggas is doing, not Envy specifically, it's Ponzi schemes. You know what I mean? You pay me to teach you some shit that I don't do. Wait, what? That's exactly what the fuck it is, right? So we're flipping Lil Pun and Envy.
Lil Pun.
They was taking investments for properties that they didn't actually own.
Right.
They was taking investments for properties that wasn't actually built. They was taking investments when the property money wasn't working. They started convincing motherfuckers to invest in crypto coins based on property investments that was coming in the future. Now, the reason I think Envy's going to jail though, one, he's the public figure for real, right? And this America, I just said last week, the media is witchcraft, right? So a lot of this shit ain't about guilt or innocence. It's about sensationalism, right? So one, he embarrassed a multinational company, and what's the media company?
BT.
No. iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio, right?
But also the real estate board of the state of New Jersey.
The real estate board, but also this, like what you gotta understand is, like you said earlier, about them kind of fraud cases. The motherfuckers who've been victimized can sue everybody in that line.
Oh yeah,
iHeartRadio is gonna take a loss. They're gonna pay that $90 million, not Envy.
Wow.
Be
I don't
clear
know about that.
Watch and see. He talked about that shit on air, leveraged that as a platform to use to bring motherfuckers to the table.
Sure.
They are as guilty as he is. Watch and see. You watch and see.
But I'm sure he probably put, if he was smart,
So you got like,
put like a stop in there or something.
and you got
he don't know.
You got every radio show like that'll always play those little 30-second, 15-second things in between shows. Like the views and opinions of Herb Howard are not necessarily the opinions of
We never talk
WVOA.
about that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
But he's the host, and he ain't following his shit up with the views and opinions of.
No. I'm saying the station itself plays that for that purpose, to absolve themselves of anything your dumb ass might say. We're gonna fire you, but we not paying. We not being stuck with the bill because of your stupid
Don't
ass.
quote me on this, but iHeart has already caught some suits. They already filed against iHeart, from my understanding.
Hey, you can file it. I'm just saying I don't know if you're gonna actually get it because of those very loopholes. They got $100 million worth of lawyers, and you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fine print in there. I can't see that huge corporation taking the hit for this ignorant ass nigga.
Watch and see.
Now him having
the flagship show.
That's true. Him having to come off some bread and all that, we will see. But either way, his ass is taking a stand on buddy ass. His lawyer that came out and said he's gonna
I would expect nothing less.
fully cooperating and participating in the prosecution.
When Charlamagne's gonna give him the donkey of the day.
That's funny. Charlamagne.
I mean, it's about time. He should have it by now.
He should have it by now.
He should have it by now.
He should have it by now. Charlamagne is hilarious. I don't necessarily agree with a bunch of what Charlamagne be on, but he will forever have one of the funniest moments I've ever seen on the internet, and that is when Safari came up there and started rapping. He was like, nah, that ain't it. Nah, that ain't it. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, man, you also talked about you think Diddy's going to jail.
Speaking of jail.
Diddy's going to jail, so it's going to take longer.
Why is Puff going to the joint?
Because he killed Tupac. Am I wrong here? I
don't know.
KVD wrote the book. I'm just saying.
Yo, KVD's in the joint now.
He wrote the book. He said, Puff said, hey, man, I got a meal ticket for you to kill Tupac.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
In the book.
That's what KVD said. I don't know what
I'm saying. That's what he said in the book.
You know what I'm saying? I missed that meeting. I didn't get the memo. But KVD said, Puff said he got a meal ticket to kill Tupac.
Really?
Yeah. Both of them, really. So I got a meal ticket for both of them niggas. He wasn't him and shit.
Well, they didn't fire enough bullets into that whip.
Hey, man, look. At the end of the day, man, first of all, like, we got...
Did you see when Buddy was telling the story?
Who, KVD?
Yeah, this is like, I don't know if he thought like the time was over. He
thought he had full immunity.
For what?
For killing Tupac.
Why did he think that?
The nigga killed Tupac. His elevator don't go up. I tell you what, I do recognize a KVD though. I know some killers.
Yeah.
Like I know a bunch of killers.
Yeah.
He's a killer.
No doubt.
He's a killer. And it's not the anger of...
No, those aren't the killers.
They relate to killer energy.
That's not killer
It's what you said. It's the aloofness of, like, I don't give a fuck.
But the nigga, he's on TV. And
he don't give a fuck.
No. To the point that he told the story where they were to the point where they were like doing recreations and depictions of it. He's like, we was coming down the street like this. And then he was like, we was finna go to the thing, but then we went to some club and Pac and Suge never showed up. So we left and go to some food. Then we coming back down the street. He said, we see the niggas coming this way. In the green BMW. He said, Pac is hanging out the sunroof talking to some chicks. Like, ooh, and the chicks are all going crazy. They like, is that nigga right? They said, we flip you. Pull up next to him. He was like, shots got fired out the backseat of the car.
I hate them niggas.
I was in the front seat, but shots got fired out the backseat.
I hate them niggas.
I mean, he already said who was in the backseat though.
Except for which nigga pulled the trigger.
He said all four niggas who was in the car, who was driving. I was in the passenger seat, and then my nephew was back here, and another nigga was in here.
Somebody shot.
And out the
shut the fuck up.
Out the back window, shots was
fired.
I
would hate doing crime with them niggas, man.
Yeah, man.
You want everybody to go to jail.
But the way he was telling the story, I'm like, you can't do. Ain't no statute of limitations on murder, my G.
He's dumb, man. 2
weeks later, he was like, yeah, we finally saw it. Y'all ain't saw shit. Buddy signed himself up for life. Like,
you sure did? Man, it's me.
Buddy got how these drill rappers music. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Do we know, did he, excuse my ignorance, but do we know if he's playing guilty or not guilty?
I don't know if it's
best.
It's on TV.
I was in the car when the shot went off.
Why did he tell that?
Everybody else is in the car.
Listen, he told it in a way. I'm telling you, they had a recreation. They depicted the whole thing. Like they had a fake Tupac nigga hanging out of a car.
Who got him to do that and why?
It was on like VH1, MTV.
No, it's the Fed ass interview, motherfucker.
Do anything for clout.
The Fed.
No, it wasn't him.
Fed, yes, it is.
No, it wasn't.
What's the nigga name?
The black dude?
Vlad.
Yeah, it wasn't Vlad, G.
So the nigga was
not the thing I saw.
So it's Vlad.
No, it wasn't.
Vlad was the first one. I'm telling you.
Okay, maybe that.
I heard that or something.
It's Vlad.
Okay.
They did it. They just back to the Breakfast Club.
But Vlad and them ain't done no recreation. It was like a network thing, G.
That might be from the book itself. I don't know. But Vlad, the Breakfast Club brought Vlad on. Like, man, you should get a Pulitzer for this.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Vlad.
Yeah. Thanks for snitching. Thanks for getting another nigga locked up. Envy can't wait to go to jail, man.
Vlad,
but anyway, but Puff going to jail too, though, G. Like, it's just that time, right? What's that shit? You remember we did the math on all them niggas who really moguls in hip hop was born in the same 2-3 years? All them niggas going to jail together too. Watch what happens. It's how the game goes, G. It's how the game goes.
The Hoes, the Dre's,
yeah, your
the
run's over.
Babies,
Your run's over. We got to start selling a new message in America.
That's crazy.
Right?
This is a good thing for this show. Everybody going to jail because literally the whole outline is about all different people.
All these people going to jail. Michael Irvin, Hall of Fame wide receiver, is trying to tell his son, don't you take your dumb ass to jail. Okay? The playmaker who is not unfamiliar with jail. He played for the Dallas Cowboys in the middle of the white era.
I just thought about something, though. Because the whole story lies on Michael Irvin saying, what kind of niggas you to be making this kind of music?
I think I'm your son.
Yeah, you are his daddy though. You was his daddy though, Mike.
He your daddy.
Even though he lives in the gated community, he saw you.
You your daddy's son.
And you was doing some wild shit, Mike.
You from the hood in Florida.
Coking it up his whole childhood.
Y'all coke and prostitute crazy. Y'all had the White House for the team.
Crazy.
Nobody actually lives there. Just the team bought a crib. Not the Dallas Cowboys, the players.
The coke house.
Y'all bought they called it the White House.
The coke house.
And for coke.
Yes.
And white women.
Yeah.
That's wild.
He does know you, Mike.
And any Dallas Cowboy was welcome.
That gate wasn't the biggest influence as you was on the mic.
No.
Yeah. Mike don't really got a point. Mike should look in the mirror.
No, just because you put him in the gated house and you went to the White House with the white coats and the cocaine.
I want to be just like my dad.
I want to be like you. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? Remember when T.I. told Denzel in the Frank Lucas shit? He's like, why you ain't go to the Yankees trial? I had the Yankees owner come here. He's like,
I want to be like you, Uncle Frank.
Fuck that baseball shit. I want to be you. You can set up all this shit you want to. Okay.
I got a hell of a fastball, but I want to be you, Uncle Frank.
I want to be you, fam. Fuck all that, Jack.
Man, you right.
Hey.
He might really live that life.
Yeah, so anyway, his son is a rapper now with a weird ass name like Tut.
Yeah, I shoot niggas 4.0.
Yeah, some wild shit.
Tarantino.
Yeah, Tut Tarantino. Which, again, you a fake killer. All Tarantino movies is fake killers, man. What did you go?
But it's a story about this white boy who became, what's the one who wear the blue, the Crips?
Yeah.
He a Crip in L.A. I can't remember his name, but if I say his name, y'all might know the name.
Uh-huh.
But he comes from a very, very affluent part of L.A.
Okay.
And he would like sneak out of his mama and daddy crib and just
a white dude.
Come down to South Central.
Okay.
Niggas in jail for life for murder now, like for several murders.
Okay.
But he bought into the Crippin' lifestyle so big, and because of where he from, he had to overprove himself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
He was like the main Crip for whatever that little set was.
He was a send-off.
Yeah.
He's going to do whatever.
Yeah.
He wanted to prove.
And usually beat them kind of niggas.
I don't know who that dude is, but I do know who the most GD nigga is alive, and it's a white dude, and he's like 60. Have you ever seen this nigga, G?
I refuse to watch it. I've seen it circulating across the
He is the most GD
internet.
nigga. He says GD things that I've never even heard of in my life. I'm like, damn, hey, he knows way more lit than I've ever heard in my life. He be saying shit like, wait, what? Fam? He be making signals and shit. I'd be like, hey, fam, I don't know that. But yeah, anyway. Michael Irvin called out his son because his son's a rapper. He talk about shooting and selling drugs and this thug life. He's like, son, I put you in the gated community your whole life. You don't know nothing about no damn street life. Stop this shit. But it is what it is.
Watch you, Mike.
All I have to do is watch you, man. Fuck it. I'm sure he heard his mama cursing your ass out about all the dumb shit you was doing.
True story, G.
I was just about to ask.
True story. I'm on 95th and probably like, I don't know, Indiana or some shit one day. And I ain't gonna say no names.
I ain't gonna say no names. That's my favorite segment on that R&B Money podcast.
Yeah. But one of the old heads in my community rides down the street with LT in the shotgun. Lawrence Taylor.
Oh shit.
This is a true story. This is Lawrence Taylor, G.
Okay. And
the old head is a supreme cokehead. You hear me?
Right.
So you know what they are.
Oh.
It's
on the dashboard in the armrest.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this thing was in the league, too.
Oh, it's different times.
Like,
Jack.
just seeing him in that car is like, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Different times.
And if Lawrence Taylor is in the league at this time, and he's in that nigga car, I don't know what Michael Irvin's son saw, Jake. I have no idea what Michael Irvin's son
Hey, that's
saw.
real.
I swear to God, I have no idea what Michael Irvin's son saw.
The Cowboys was it, man. They won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. They was America's team. They was everything. They had the triplets, Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman, Larry Allen, all them wild niggas, Charles Haley. Like, they was...
It was a team of crazy motherfuckers.
That's the story of a lot of
Nuts.
people, though. Like, you grew up in a privileged lifestyle, but it still don't take away the
allure
shit from you, or the allure, right? Because I think I saw something that said, what's T.I.'s son name?
Which one? The weird one?
Yeah.
King.
Little Big Teeth.
Yeah,
King.
He said that he wasn't even raised in the same house.
He said
His daddy or something, right? He grew up with his...
But that's believable, too, because his mom and his daddy is celebrities. They gone all the time. Their whole life was probably on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, that show had everybody fooled. He was like, I didn't even live in that house. They were like, we taping today, you gotta come over. They just come pick me up, and then they get done taping, and I go back to my granny crib. I'm like, damn, it's kind of wild.
I
don't know how true that is,
I'm sure
but
it didn't
it's
take
kind of
away
wild.
from his, privileged life, though.
Yeah, for sure.
But you still trying to be
better
out
than
here.
most niggas wherever he lived at, but still.
You still trying to be out here like you bad.
I don't know, man. We gotta understand some shit about our people, though, right? Like, we've been dehumanized to a point where, like, we embrace the dehumanization. That's just the reality, right? Like,
we wear it as a badge of honor, too.
You came in here rapping something from a a battle rap. Every battle, and that battle rap you just speak like, all them bars, but all they talk about is 100 million ways to kill a nigga.
Oh, that's what it definitely was about. It was just a cold way he put it together.
Right. So when we think about all the shit that we celebrate from our culture, it's usually shit that's degrading to us. If we're being honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I always push back and say that's rap ain't a culture. You know what I mean? Because specifically rap sells and vibrates on that bullshit. But I say this to say this: if you take a kid like Michael Irvin's son,
sure,
who even if he's in that gated community, he's watching his daddy, because his daddy's the genuine article.
Yeah.
From the degradedness of blackness, right? Michael Irvin's son probably does live in a very nice home. Probably does go to a lavish school, right? Probably doesn't see very many black people that don't fit the bill of who his same similar lifestyle. Yeah. So they have this kind of fantastical view of what it means to be black. They learn from the TV just like the white kid next to them. Right? That's one of the things I got in trouble and I had to move to Iowa when I was at high school. And I tell people all the time, man, Iowa was probably one of the most dangerous places I've ever been. Because they learned about our culture, quote unquote, through TV. Right. So they would do shit that I'd be like, nigga, y'all realize they yell cut on TV and niggas get up. No. That's not how this shit play out from where I'm from. But it was so like cartoonish. Right. It's like this is crazy, G. This ain't healthy. You know what I mean? And that becomes your reality. You know what I mean?
I think that's definitely a real thing. I think a lot of people play with it because you don't understand it. Yeah. And I think that people who do understand it, or people who were forced to actually grow up in it, like that shit ain't nothing to play with, fam. You either do that shit or you don't do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that playing is them be the first ones dead. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that shit scared me about my own son, man.
Yeah, but I mean, when it becomes the prevailing, I don't even know what the word I want to use, the prevailing image that's being portrayed, it's hard for any shorty not to grow up wanting to portray said image.
It's desirable. I couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be a street nigga. Yeah. Niggas in my neighborhood used to call me Little Fluky Stokes. Like, I wanted to be Fluky Stokes. Yeah. You couldn't tell me nothing different, G. You know what I mean? It's very and if I'm even just in the hood, right, in this level, like even just I say, like my son scares me. Realistically, being where we are, he's in the belly of the bullshit, right? And he know a lot of niggas participating in the bull. I know he do.
How could he not?
How could you not, right? But in the confines of our home, this ain't the culture, right? Everybody that's in this area don't have a mother and a father. Everybody in this area ain't blessed to move and get the thing. You've traveled, you've been here, you've been exposed to a lot of shit, but you still in the belly of the beast. You know what I mean? But I have a different kind of hold over him than my parents per se had over me. So I was doing this shit. You know what I mean? All the time. Like, what's over here?
See what's going on.
Like, I'm doing this shit all the time. Right. Now he probably do that shit too. Right. Just I'm ignorant. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And maybe I just like this idealized view I got.
Sure.
You know
it's comfortable.
I mean? It's uncomfortable.
It's more comforting than the other thought.
It definitely helps you sleep at night.
I'm not really. I think I'd be more comfortable if I knew the truth. He went to a game at Gately the other day, right? And I know he's a goofball, so I know the nigga lying all the time, right? So right when I'm dropping the nigga off, because I'm going to one of my shorties. Shout out to Buddha too. I'm with the Thornwoods game. This is a shorty. He used to coach when he was like 6. Yeah. So I'm going to see him play a senior. Now I go out there, and on the way, he asked me to drop him off at Gately. I drop him off at Gately. They got a game. They say their game starts at 4. The game I'm going to in South Holland will start at 6. I say, man, you got your keys? Yeah, I got my keys. I know he was lying immediately, right? So it ain't my problem though. Bounce, leave, go to Thornwood, watch the game. He calls me. He's like, "Hey, nigga, you been up there since 4. The game been over. I don't know what you been on, but you'll need me. Don't hit me with no bullshit." He was like, "Man, Dad, you at the crib?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Man, I ain't got my key." I was like, "Oh." So he was like, I was like, "How you getting home?" He was like, "Man, I'm gonna jump on the bus." He was like, "But damn, all I got is the phone pay money shit. They ain't gonna let me on the bus." So I said, "No."
And like, they do. Right? You can ride the bus with that.
I don't give a fuck. It's not my problem. This is the foot I'm trying to put down these days. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna just walk from here to Ontoy. To mind you, for people who don't know, that's probably a good 2-mile walk in the wild hundreds. Right. My nigga, you're not built like that.
You're gonna pass a lot of people
that you know what I mean?
That don't know why you here.
But on some daddy shit, on some you need to grow up shit, on some get some responsibility shit, I say, all right. You know what I mean?
Have at it.
So the nigga,
foot it, young man.
Nigga walked to my to Antoy's house. Antoy ain't there, so now he fucked up some more. Still not my problem. You know what I mean? So I was like, you'll figure it out. I'll go. So I'll go to the crib. It's 10 o'clock now. Right? I'm getting off the expressway. It's police everywhere. Obviously, they've been murdering niggas in my neighborhood. Right? I was like, oh God.
Did I fuck up?
Oh God. This is him.
Did I fuck up too bad?
Oh God.
Trying to show tough love.
Yeah, but but again, he made it. He got it.
What did he do that time where he ended up like way like northwest? He went to sleep on the bus or some train or some shit. He ended up way like.
So too, what would he have needed to do differently? So if he said, "Dang, I forgot my keys," then like what would have been the turning point where okay, that's what I'm
right. But that's the honesty I'm talking about. Yeah, right? He just gonna lie through.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck he be doing.
Because you want us to have so much fun. You want us to just go do it.
I don't know what it is. You ain't gotta lie to me about nigga. Your sister right there. She could have gave you her key. Yeah. It made it easy for you.
Yeah.
But I know you was lying. But since you gonna lie about it, all right, figure it out.
You must got a plan.
You must got a plan, my nigga.
You must got a plan.
And the plan was dependent on you, as they do.
Yeah.
These kids with that boy.
Hey, my new motto was fuck 'em.
Hey, speaking of terrible plans,
you gonna say my new motto?
Did y'all see this nigga who has been charged with 83 counts of attempted murder?
The pilot.
This fool was a pilot, an off-duty pilot. Off-duty pilot who, because if he was a pilot, he would have succeeded. He was an off-duty pilot who tried to shut down the engine of the plane mid-flight. It was a flight going from, I want to say like Portland to like San Francisco, or like Seattle to San Francisco, something like that. And he's off-duty pilot. And he's sitting in that jump seat. You know that jump seat that'd be like up in the front, and sometimes even in the fucking cockpit for some of these pilots, which apparently this one happened to be. And it's just a place that they allow for airplane staff to catch a flight if the plane is full.
So he's just hitchhiking the ride.
Yeah, he's just hitchhiking the ride, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's in the jump seat, and at some point mid-flight, he hops up out the jump seat and attempts to, I don't even know what the process is, to shutting down the engine of the plane, but he tried to do that. Fortunately, the pilot and co-pilot that were on duty were able to wrestle him and prevent him from doing that. They diverted the flight, landed in Portland, so I think they must have been coming from like Seattle or something. But they landed, and then the authorities was waiting for him and arrested him, upon landing. But yeah, he's trying to end it off for 83 people, my G.
Yeah, obviously he's a white man. That's their thing.
100%.
That's their thing.
Bro, like I never understand that. Like, all right, if you done,
take yourself
ooh,
out.
If you done with it, you done with it. Cool. Why you gonna decide that everybody else done too?
Quick question.
Why I gotta be a part
What's
of
white culture?
I don't know.
Anybody got an answer?
Rape, murder, steal.
That's my point. Greed.
that type of shit.
If I die, you die. It's their life. It's their culture. That's why they're school shooters. I can't do this by myself. I got to take something with me.
Or I'm pissed and I get to be judge, juror, and executioner.
Yeah, that's their culture.
Yeah, because a lot of it is anger. Like when people do stuff like that, it's not because depressed people, sad people, and this is
entitled
a trigger warning here. But depressed people, sad people, I guess that if they just take their own lives, they're just suffering. You know what I mean? They're suffering in silence on their own.
Yeah.
People who are trying to commit suicide, deaths, or whatever you call it, murder, suicides, and whatever. That's anger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like pure anger, selfishness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You blaming everybody else for everything that's going on around you.
Exactly.
It's not just like I'm a failure, I'm gonna murk me.
Right. It's no accountability. It's anger. It's selfishness.
What if one is anger and the other is just fear?
What fear got to do with you taking us out too?
Depressed, sad people. Like, 'cause I struggle with those concepts.
I think fear is definitely a part of it. I think fear is 100% a part of it. I think there's some cowardice in it. I also think there is just some sadness and some loneliness and some depression in it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, your brain is like very, very, sensitive.
Yeah.
It's like in a moment, your brain can just like switch and you could just like lose it for a moment.
Be on some wild shit.
Yeah, like I know myself, like after having my daughter or whatever, not realizing it then, and it's been moments where I've been like very low and depressed and stuff like that, and I'm always thankful and grateful for having my sanity in my mind, because I'd be like, damn, at any moment you could just like
wig out.
Flip. And if you don't have nobody else to live for or nothing to live for, then I would imagine that you would probably.
Yeah, no, that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Unfortunately, I've dealt with suicide a few times very close to me.
Yeah.
They made a decision. It's super sad, and it was for different reasons. One was like just sad, lonely, isolated, like on some bully shit, on some identity, struggle shit. And then another was on some, I got myself and my people in this situation. I don't really know how to get out of it. So out of the fear, out of the cowardice, out of the whatever, it's like, let me just remove myself from the whole situation. I've had others where I don't even know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? My mama she don't even she hates when I bring this up because I'm too stupid to not bring it up and like laugh about it with her. Cause I wasn't around at the time, but she was, when she was like a teenager or something, or maybe like 20 or something, whatever. She had a boyfriend come to her crib and murk himself. Cause she was like on some breaking up with him type shit.
He murked himself at the crib?
Yeah, on some stab and shit.
Happened in real life?
Yeah,
he died?
No.
Mama having that blue, that purple. Mama fucking niggas up.
Got him out here.
What?
Got
he stabbed himself?
Yeah, he like slit his wrist or some wild shit.
Wow.
His throat or
How old was she?
Like 19 or some shit like that. I don't know. She got to tell you exactly, but every time it don't come up often because she really don't like to talk about it. But
I be like, yo.
I mean, I guess
the whole community traumatized.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
One time I took some, when I was a teenager, this is not funny either, but I called myself, it was some same type of like going crazy over boyfriend type stuff. I took a whole bunch of Pepto-Bismol.
You ain't do shit but shit all day. Like,
I got the run.
I thought you were going to say you took a whole bunch of Tylenol. You took a whole bunch of Pepto-Bismol.
I was smart enough not to.
Oh, so you one of them fake suicides and shit. I'm gonna kill myself. I don't know why people threaten that either.
And it's so crazy when you're a teenager how you could think, I don't know if this is the same for men, but like a woman, you think it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like over a guy.
I've never been like that for sure, but I've also never allowed nobody to hold me hostage with that kind of shit either. Like, if you don't, I'm gonna kill myself.
I had a boyfriend like that.
Well, I wasn't gonna come over there anyway, so I wasn't about to see you no how. So you can go ahead and check out this motherfucker if you want to. I've never allowed that shit. I've never had no empathy for you trying to hold somebody else hostage by talking about this suicide shit. That shit is weird and it's whack. Even to the point like these public shits. Like you'd have people like climb on top of a bridge or a building. I'm gonna jump. Now authorities want to shut down this bridge. We're not shutting down shit. It's rush hour traffic. Jump, nigga. Who cares? Knock it the fuck off. You're not shutting down no traffic because you talking about you gonna jump off the bridge. Okay. Go ahead, my G.
Yeah, that's harsh.
Get the fuck out of here. Don't let me be.
Not apply.
Don't let me be like the police chief or the mayor or even the dispatcher on the phone when you call this bullshit in. Like you say what? Who? Just you on the bridge?
No empathy.
Okay, somebody's on the way. Fuck out of here.
Hey, you know what though? I've been thinking about this shit in regards to the shit that's happening in Palestine. I mean, with Israel and Palestine, in Gaza and all around the surrounding areas. Also been thinking about it in context of what's happening here in America, right? Like how people are jumping up to defend the Palestinians in this moment in time. And some, people are jumping up to defend the
a lot of that too.
Israelis in this moment in time, right? And I thought about this shit back to the context of like the rap lyrics you just talked about, right? Like in Chicago, a 6-year-old boy got stabbed something like 27 times by a 71-year-old Jew,
right?
6-year-old Muslim, hate crime, right? Mama got stabbed like 12 times. And I was just thinking about that, right? Like that's an intimate crime, right? Like, and in order to kill somebody in that way, you got to dehumanize them. I would have to think you couldn't just. I used to have a neighbor, old head dude from the South, kind of shit, like used to hunt, fish, all that, one of them kind of niggas, right? And he used to take my father. My father used to beg him to go hunting all the time. Man, take me hunting. Now, he was a dude that's still around by the time I came around. He's still in the neighborhood.
Okay.
Type of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
He told me he never took my father hunting, and this is context for where Chicago was at the time. So he's like, instead of going hunting, we went to one of the meat houses. And they just let off rounds at dead carcasses.
Sure.
So you can see
the
what
damage
that bullet gonna do to whatever the fuck
flesh.
it hit. Yeah, whatever flesh it hit.
Yeah.
And he said my father never asked him to go hunt again in his life. You know what I mean? I come up in a different time, so I've seen niggas hit by bullets.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Up close. I've been in the line of fire. You know what I'm saying? When I 14, I think it was 13, 14, I seen one of my guys get shot in the head. Shit was crazy. You know what I mean? So you like see that kind of carnage, right? Again, 13, 14 years old.
That's crazy.
So it starts to condition you. Like ain't no doubt about it. I think everybody in the hood got PTSD. Everybody, right? One of the things, we don't think it was like this, but one of the games we'd be playing when we were short, we'd be deep mobbing through the hood. One nigga kick a garbage can or something.
Yeah.
Don't nobody wait to see what it is. Everybody, pew.
Loose.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to kick garbage can. You see a nigga running.
Loose.
You start running.
Loose.
You know what I mean? You know what the fuck going on.
We'll figure it out later.
That's PTSD. That's stress. That's trauma. You know what I mean? And you put that on over and over and over every day of your fucking life for however long. The music just starts to appeal to you, degrades the people you love. The ideas you know what I'm saying? It's just, we adapt to the dehumanization. But then I'm looking at this shit through the lens, or outside looking in from a Palestinian community or from an Israeli community.
Right.
Like how they're responding to this shit. They've not been dehumanized. The world's not allowing them to be dehumanized. This shit happens in our neighborhood every day. Don't nobody give a fuck.
Nah, nobody cares. And I think that, like, the people who become most desensitized to it is us. Right?
That's what I mean when I say don't nobody give a fuck.
Everybody else is desensitized to it too, but we got it like twofold. It becomes extra regular. Like, shots go off. Everybody scatter for a couple minutes, and then you send your 6-year-olds right back out to play. They gone now. Y'all go ahead on. You know what I'm saying? Or everybody go on the floor in the crib for a couple minutes and right back on. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. And it's the vast majority of neighborhoods in this country, like 90% of them, that would shut the whole shit down for like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, it's something interesting to think about.
It's definitely wild, different experiences that we are living here in this country. To your point about, what's going on over there and how it relates to here in America and here in Chicago and to the black community specifically, there's a video that you sent actually, and I just want to play it because I think it's really, really powerful what this dude was saying. He is simultaneously blatantly racist and woefully accurate about what he's saying. And I just wanna play it. So P, if you will put this video in there, so that the people can see it. The shit is crazy, man. But
I'm calling out the black community. These are your jobs. These are your scooters to get to work. These are your shelters. And you constantly fucking vote for these Democrats for 70 years. The black community, I'm talking to you. And what have they given you? They get what you deserve to these illegal fucking aliens. Where the fuck are you, black community?
in the video you hear him talking about black people,
Talking
about the immigrants, right?
Yeah.
And how the migrants are getting all of these different resources, everything from these low-paying jobs to scooters to get around. He's like, that's y'all shit. Y'all do them low bum-ass jobs. Y'all the ones that need to go to work. Y'all bum-asses that need to go do this shit. And it's like, yo, that's crazy, son. But it's not completely wrong. He's very racist, but he's not completely wrong in that black people probably need to be more in arms and more upset about what's happening here in Chicago as it pertains to the limited resources that are available here?
So it's a duality here, right? It's a duality for me when I think about this contextually.
Mm-hmm.
I think until black people, I'm saying U.S. bred and born black people, this go back to Israel and Palestine,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think we're the original Jews. Us, these niggas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're God's children for real.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that?
Like, I'm no biblical scholar, but when you read the Bible, it speaks about being captive on another land for 400 plus years. Mm-hmm. That's us. Anybody else had that experience? We've had the least. We have nothing to attach ourselves to, right? But we're a small population in a very small country, and our energy dominates the energy of the planet.
Right.
Like everybody follows us.
Right.
Right. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Africa. Nobody else knows what the fuck is going on in Africa. I seen somebody doing this, and I don't get it twisted. I understand the value of Africa. You know what I mean? And I have an interest in Africa, right? But I also understand who the fuck we are, right? Like, and it bothers me that we don't understand who the fuck we are, right? But shit like, I tell Herb this all the time, like February when we do Black History Month, you can go to any little grammar school around this country, and you're going to see all these odes to Africa. But if you really erase that history and just deal with our history post-slavery, we the most amazing motherfuckers on this planet.
Or at slavery.
Yeah, I mean through and post-slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know, it's our stories that the world endures, and it's not just around the common shit that they say. Like, it's not just sports and entertainment. It's not. Martin Luther King is the most premier thought-provoking motherfucker on this planet to this day. Everybody who does any political shit leverages Martin Luther King's philosophies. Period. You know what I mean? They like to anchor that shit in the Gandhi, but that's a lie. It's Martin Luther King, not Gandhi.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So even from a brain perspective, even, you know, we just that, we them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
In my opinion, right? If you look into kind of the concept of the Bible and come to the stories of the Bible, it don't, man, them Jews that's over in Israel are Eastern Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it really breaks down
That's
to. Right? You go to the word, the etymology of words. Arab, by its very definition, means traveler, no homeland. That's what that means.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the original motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they've confiscated the land, and over time, it becomes theirs. The story becomes whatever story they want to tell. Same shit is happening.
Christopher Columbus of the world.
Yeah, same shit that happens everywhere, right? Mexicans speak Spanish because the Spaniards said, this is what you gonna speak, motherfucker. And now Mexicans own that shit like it's their culture. It ain't. Mm-hmm. This ain't Spain, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Think about we laugh at that shit, but it's real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They shun the original Mexicans.
Not unlike this ain't England.
They shun.
We speak English like that's how this ain't England.
This ain't England, bro. You take on the behaviors of whoever conquered you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Fucking natives were not speaking English in this motherfucker.
But I didn't lost track of where I was going. But my point is that in all of this is that until we like accept our role in this shit, I say there's a duality in how I look at that shit. That's how I start.
Right.
Until black people take control of who they're supposed to be on this planet from a spiritual place, we gonna struggle, right? The planet is going to struggle. Not we as people. The entirety of the planet is going to struggle.
Is that feasible given our sincere ignorance about our self-identity?
I think anything's feasible with the right amount of pressure.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the reason why we've been in this kind of place that we've been in for so long is because it's comfortable. It's about to get uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Revolution is a response to discomfort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even with our ignorance, man, you know, that's this generation. This is a small moment in time. Mm-hmm. You know, our lifespan. So King was, 64, 65 when he died or whatever? He wasn't that age. I said, like 1960.
Oh, yeah. He's 38, 39.
Right? But think about the collective intellect of that generation.
Yeah.
We really one generation removed, and it's a whole different philosophy out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's not to say that it can't go back to that or something but beyond that. I don't know. But the second part of the way I look at this is if we in this mix, if we ain't changing the world, but we trying to master our environment, fuck all y'all. It's my team and that's it.
But also, though, so even when you talk about King's generation, even talking about like the 60s and civil rights, he has a larger following now than he did then. You know what I mean? And I get the call that he was able to make, you know, the March on Washington and all of that. But you know all the stories about, you know, him traveling around. You know the stories about him coming here and there being 17 people in the room in the church when he came here to speak.
Not much different than Farrakhan.
Right. You know what I mean?
And in the large context
in the large context of things, sure,
right?
Right?
Really fuck with
Yeah, you look at a picture of me, man, Mark, like, damn, he called him man, motherfuckers. True, but black people as a whole on some under the Farrakhan Act, nah. You know what I'm saying?
But my argument about that isn't necessarily about the King or the Farrakhan.
Sure.
It's about all the ancillary shit around them people, right? Not to say the motherfuckers around Farrakhan aren't brilliant, but they can't even wield the interests of the people like those people before him could.
I definitely think it's a different time. We had Uncle Walt here on the couch a couple of weeks ago, and we referenced the fact that he's in that iconic photo from the Ali Summit. And we've talked about this several times on the show before, just the power of that picture. You can talk about a picture saying 1,000 words. Not just the fact that, you know, we have our close personal relationships with Uncle Walt, but the fact of who those men were in the picture of that time. Those were the LeBron James, the Floyd Mayweathers, of that day. You know what I'm saying? These weren't just some dudes. Like,
see, I see it very differently.
Okay.
I see them as very regular. I think that's part of the change.
What you mean?
Like, I don't know Dr. King, of course.
You mean the people in the...
I think King saw himself as very regular.
Sure.
I think Uncle Walt, Jim Brown, Akeem Olajuwon saw themselves... I'm not Akeem Olajuwon.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Sure. As just very regular, right? Because we got to be clear of the times.
Mm-hmm.
While Beach was here, he told us several stories about you can't eat here, nigga.
Right.
So you very regular,
it was still
nigga.
Clear.
Your limitations stop right here where the rest of the niggas' limitations stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You just got a good job,
right.
But you're still a nigga.
Right.
So you're very regular. A part of the illusion that's being sold today is that these niggas ain't regular.
Mm-hmm.
And they believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't regular.
I'm not like your niggas.
Which creates the disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
No, nigga, you regular.
I'm not like your niggas.
But you are.
Until you piss us off.
You just like us.
And then, like you say all the time, yay billionaire today, yay not billionaire tomorrow because you pissed us off.
But you couldn't be a billionaire Friday and not be a billionaire Saturday if you got $1 billion.
If you was really a billionaire.
If you was a billionaire.
Right.
And really those, you know, the folks in the summit photo were greater because they had this draw, you know,
mm-hmm.
without the money. Like in today's world. Like,
yeah, they ain't have it like that. They had more than the average black person, but it wasn't like they was hundreds of millions of dollars and all that.
Yeah, it was more so whatever it was that they were channeling or the charge that they were.
But context is everything, though, right? So, yeah, you got X amount of hundreds of millions of dollars. But in 1960, a motherfucking a whole goddamn grocery store run might have cost you $1.50.
No, that's real. The inflation and the cost of living is different.
What I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is that they held, I think at least, I don't know. I guess we could say that the LeBrons of the world have respect, right? But really,
for different reasons.
They have their respect for different reasons. Whereas Martin Luther King and other folks, had respect for what they were trying to do, who they were, and the message that they were like driving. So I would look at them as not more valuable, but more valuable.
I 100% look at them as more valuable.
And it just depends on what you value.
Right. Yeah. And you hear Uncle Walt say all the time,
he like, difference with now.
I played football.
Yeah.
I'm not a football player.
Yeah.
I'm a black man. I play football.
Yeah.
Whereas these cats today would be like, I'm the small forward for the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. It's not what I do.
That's why you see a lot of people getting. I went to one of these the improv event for my brother. Mm-hmm. It was a fundraiser, and two of the girls up there did this whole little spiel about a guy who. And we all going through the same thing. How you should be he should be your king and all this stuff. But he's like, oh, I can't work. 10 years ago, I was the quarterback for this, and he living on his dream, and I was dying laughing because that's so many people's story.
Oh,
so when you talk about like people who built their lives off being a basketball player, built their lives off being a football player, then now that's gone and taken from you, and you don't know who you are. That's where all that like depression and anger.
That's their identity.
Comes from, because it's their identity instead of identifying first as even if you're not identifying as if you don't feel like you want to drive and be like, I'm a black man, that's who I am first. I'm a black woman, that's who I am first. I'm a person and I am XYZ.
I think it's easy to kind of
100%
pinpoint sports because sports is a big deal.
Yeah.
It's pinpoint entertainment because entertainment is a big deal.
Yeah, that's an easier one to say.
But it don't matter if you was a fucking postman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? If you're not connected to something that's bigger than you, you're going to find yourself in that place. Mm-hmm. And that's all Beach was saying is that the we is bigger than the me.
Yeah, I agree.
Today, the me is bigger than the we.
Yeah.
Right? I found myself commenting on something on the Instagrams, and Gino was commenting on it. We both commented on the shit. It was Gilbert Arenas, and they was talking about how black families are entitled, they're entitled to our money. And they was comparing that shit to the white kids that they, got drafted with and stuff like that. Conceptually, they think that just black families are entitled and white families aren't. No, motherfucker.
They're
white
in need.
People come from wealth. Black people are in need. Right. It's not entitlement.
Right.
We come from
need.
different planets, motherfucker.
Right.
Right. But in the context of how they were communicating this message, 20 years ago, the first thing you say when you get drafted is, I'm going to give my mama this. What these motherfuckers is pushing out today was like, mama got to figure something out. She should be able to take care of herself. Yeah. Like, that's how far disconnected. You get more and more money and have less and less responsibility.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
So, shout out to my homie Jason Leisure. He covered the Bears with me. He write for the Sun-Times. But he was like, when the Bears extended Cole Kmet, they tight end, white dude, extended him like 4 years, $50 million or whatever.
You interviewed Cole, didn't you?
Yeah.
Cole was kind of funny. I caught that.
Yeah. And so I ever since he signed this deal, I've been jokingly referring to him as new money, right? And
That's how the dudes be.
yeah. And so Jason was like,
old money.
Like he's from Barrington, bro.
His daddy, his uncle.
I was like, you right.
Yeah.
Your daddy was in the league. Your uncle's in the league.
Barrington
Daddy
alone.
Yeah, like you seen the house in Barrington? I'm like, yeah. No, you 100% right. You right. You're right. And I told Cole that to an interview. I was like, I was calling you new money, but they're just like, you from Barrington. Like, it's a different thing to get $50 million from Barrington or get $50 million from Austin. It's different.
Very different
real
thing.
money.
For anybody around
anybody
you.
ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there should be some collective responsibility that comes along with that. Now that's not to say that people don't need to be responsible and playing their role and being good stewards with the blessing that you've been bestowed. But
hey, let me tell you something, man. My little nephew is in a couple movies right now. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker gets to the right number, and I'm working for him. It's just what it is. This is gonna be the family business.
Not as
that's what it's supposed to be.
As it should be. That's what other people do. But it's done in a way. For other people, it's like it's not this new money. That's how we always been. We've always circulated the bread and made sure everybody was good and kept everybody. That's how the rich stay rich.
We just building.
We don't know how to do it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Like I tell my brother, every day I be like, let me know when I'm gonna quit. Oh, when you do this project, what I'm doing, the producer. Yeah. Oh, I'm the showrunner. Let me know. Like I will learn how to do whatever I need to learn how to do.
That's true.
Chicago happening.
And people need good people around them in Chicago happenings. Before we get up out of here. Chicago City Councilman is proposing that the parents be fined for the misdoings of children in Chicago. Specifically, they are speaking about the uprisings that tend to take place, or I won't even call them I won't even disrespect uprising by some of the shit these niggas be doing. But they're specifically talking about their misgivings downtown. So if we catch your little nigga children down here cutting up and running on top of cars and breaking glass, we are going to fine the parents, because why don't you know where your children? Remember those old commercials? It's 8 o'clock. Do you know where your child is, or what the fuck it used to be? And so he's proposing that parents be fined for the bad behavior of their children in the city of Chicago. I got mixed feelings about it. My initial response is I don't disagree. Right? Like, get these little motherfuckers, man. Where are your shorties and why are they down here bugging? You know what I'm saying? Anywhere bugging, right? But also, I think back to me being 15, 16, 17, and I got fight stories or civil disobedience stories for damn near every night I was outside. And my OG wasn't for none of that. Like she was always like, what you on, but once I'm outside with my guys, it's just 30 niggas out here running crazy. You know what I'm saying? And if any one of them do some dumb shit, now we're all in the middle of dumb shit. And so it's like, for my mama to have to pay a fine for the shit that we was doing when she had taught me better, I had a healthy fear of her. I would be punished if she knew some of the shit. Like, and still I was fighting in the middle of the street, out in clubs I ain't had no business being in. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it wasn't as bad then though, right? Or was it?
It wasn't no
different
social media.
times.
It just wasn't no social media. Like, all this shit would have been on Chicago media. All them pictures you see on Chicago media takeout, we done been 30, 40 niggas in the middle of Ashland fighting. We done been
I think
30, 40 niggas in the club fight. Like, we done done all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I done been in the back of police cars and bugging the fuck out, like all kind of shit. But like, it wasn't no Chicago media takeout per se.
I think what you just said though was important, and you just glazed over that shit. You said we was 30 niggas deep on Ashland.
True. That's what I'm saying. They talking about downtown. That's why I made that caveat clear. They talking about downtown.
But the reason we could do it on Ashland and they can't do it on Ashland is because they've deprived all the resources from our communities. There's nothing here anymore. It's only life they see is where the resources are. Right? You always talk about the skating rink on O Block. I had a skating rink in my neighborhood. I had a skating rink a half a mile away from there. I had the plaza. I had the. There's a lot of shit that we did that kept us in our community.
Like
right.
They don't have none of that.
So we're gonna go find it somewhere.
So they're going to go where the life is.
Yeah.
You robbed their parents and their parents and now them of all their neighborhood local resources.
Yeah.
And now they're like coming to where the resources are, and now you're angry. That's the major difference here.
That's a good point. Because we was happy to hang out at Hayes Park, or late we would go to the Japanese Garden over there in Jackson Park.
Kids just bad though.
We go to the route for sure.
Most kids are bad.
Like,
But
some of them kids is bad, and maybe the parents do need to be.
I agree.
Looked into it.
I agree. That's why that was my initial
So I'm
response.
not with y'all on that shit.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why my initial response was I don't disagree with the proposal.
Yeah.
But
So I went to Lollapalooza last year. You know what they were doing in Lollapalooza when you walked in the door? They gave you a syringe of the Narcan shit for heroin
kids,
overdoses.
Yeah, so kids be taking drugs.
Fuck you. And your heroin addicted ass children. Fuck you.
That's what
Because if
they
you're
do.
giving
They
me
don't give
Narcan
them
when I walk in the door, you're being preventative. And you're saying, punish my children. Fuck you.
we go.
Wow,
We're never having this conversation.
These white lives are worth saving.
These white lives are worth saving.
And they let them come down
Fuck
there.
you. Come do
carte
your
blanche,
heroin in peace.
That's crazy.
in the middle of
In the
Grant
middle
Park.
of our Grant Park. Fuck you.
I never knew that.
That's true.
Crazy.
They be down there. They be down there hiding the motherfuckers, wet
But I
and
didn't know that they
high.
was out there like.
Because they didn't have them kids
Preventative
overdosing, so now we got to make sure all of these white kids don't die. Or just how they be out in the street in general around Lollapalooza. They wouldn't let
Yeah, they be tweaking.
50,000 white kids be drunk as hell on Michigan Avenue, stumbling, high, off all kind of whatevers. That's a
They
good
wouldn't be
point.
locking them up.
Nah.
They be giving them Narcan.
So, but the kids, our kids, they're getting locked up for just being downtown,
disorderly
or
conduct.
Are they out there?
They bugging.
Right.
I'm not saying they're not bugging.
Yeah, they wild.
So that's
I get it being like a black and white thing and like all of that. But it's like to some extent, especially when it's like we have to do something. Like, so what is the thing to do? Because something has to be done. Just because it's the black-white thing, if we're talking about how black people, we need to recognize our power and know who we are, like, we can't just say, like, fuck that, don't punish our kids. Like, what is there? Something has to be done.
I think you got to get to the cause, and I think that's what Tu was speaking to. You got to get. We can talk about the symptom.
We know what the cause is.
No. I'm saying as black people, what we can do, right? So talk about what do we have the ability to do in terms of rebuilding our neighborhood, staples and the shit that we like to do in our own neighborhood. How do we make our communities more desirable for our shorties to partake in? And then that's something that we can do. Because I think Tu is 100% correct in terms of the differences between how they would treat black kids and white kids. And I also, my biggest thing about disagreeing was, because again, I do tend to agree, right?
Yeah.
But my biggest reason for disagreeing was my own personal experience. And knowing that none of my disorderly conduct had anything to do with my mother. Not her not having proper oversight of me, not knowing, you know what I'm saying? It was because I was 16 and a fucking boy in the city and with a whole bunch of other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't bad parenting. So you can find her if you want. All it's gonna do is take more money out of black families' pockets that we don't have in the fucking first place.
Yeah,
so we need to find something more solutions oriented than punitive.
Yeah, I'm not never rocking with the government against my people for no reason.
Can dig it.
Yeah.
I don't give how they validate it, because I know that the system and the plan in general is always to be disruptive to our community. So
yeah, I just think we need to do, as a community, then we need to do something. And if we saying that the government is against us and white people is against us and white people this and white people that and black, well, like what we doing as black people then? Like what are we gonna do? And if we can't do anything because the government won't let us, then we fuck then, if that's what we saying. So it must be something that can be done and that we can do. Maybe not in this instance or in this statement, but it's like, okay, so what do we do then? Because if it's other children, innocent children that just so happen, one of our kids happened to just be down there too or something like that one day because they found themselves either a part of that crowd, because we are still good parents and kids do what they're going to do. Yeah. And something happens, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like
for sure. I think we need to be about the business of building our community. I think we do it through relationships. I think we do it through, strong, families and partnerships. And I think that we can do that more so than just, cutting it off at the symptom level and punish more people and figuring out how we can lock up more people.
Yeah.
But for me,
the whole show about locking people.
The conversation we were just having with the athletes. We have to see ourselves as part of the whole, right? And even when we we got to do something. Man, there's hundreds of motherfuckers, thousands of motherfuckers in the city doing something.
Way more people doing good than bad in this city.
It is.
Right.
Right? But even in our community, it's not collective. You know what I mean? It's not. It's.
That's kind of the point I'm making, though.
But, at the same time, there's motherfuckers fighting against these behaviors, right? There's motherfuckers fighting for these behaviors. And then there's a whole group of motherfuckers, the biggest group of all, is riding the middle lane. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to close my door and I'm going to turn on my TV and I'm going to kick my feet up. I'm going to close my door and I'm going to think my kid is safe because he's behind his door until he ain't safe. Until she ain't safe. Until she becomes victim of whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you ain't picking a side. You know what I mean? You can't have a community without a side.
If you ain't part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
And until we do that, we can't. It's like asking the babysitter to raise your child.
Yeah.
Can't do that. So the government becomes the babysitter, is going to dictate the punishment for your, fuck all that. When I ain't done what I'm supposed to do as a parent. I'm not going to let an outside motherfucker parent my kid when I know I got some shit I got to, elevate about myself.
Right, yeah.
Right? And we sit and say, well, what are we going to, something needs to be done. There's a whole lot of shit being done. Right? The system ain't nothing but a bunch of people. You know what I mean? Whatever the system is. And if this is our system, then those people need to step to the plate.
Yeah.
We got to go. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to this edition of Herb and Two. Hope y'all found it intellectual and a little thuggish. That's what we do here. A lot of people going to jail. Some people ain't going to jail.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Envy going to jail?
Definitely going to jail.
Diddy going to jail?
Envy going to jail. Envy going to jail. Envy going to jail. Probably going to jail. Yes, definitely. We're going to have a whole bad boy reunion in that motherfucker. Then we making albums and Rikers by next year.
That's hilarious.
Anyway,
man, we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, your input was value. It is certainly appreciated. Make sure you subscribe to the page. Please take a quick second. Hit the thumbs up to like the video. We greatly appreciate that. That helps us grow as well. And check out the new Herb and Two website. It is redone. It is up. It is live. It is Herb and the whole word and herband2.com. Check out the new site. We think it's dope. Hopefully y'all do too. Till next time, for P, for Ron, and for E, y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Take that. Little P.